What's going on, guys? Hold on, let me put my website. Um, uh, all right, there we go. Let me make sure it's pinned. Tell you what's up, bro. Guys, what's up, bro? Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me great? I'm in the car right now, obviously. So I just want to make sure y'all can hear me before we really tap in. A lot has happened. A lot has happened this past weekend, as well as these last few hours, which is insane. So I really want to break down a lot of stuff. Oops, let me move that out the way. I want to break down a lot of stuff and show you guys why it's so important. So for starters, the markets, pretty much everything just ended all in green. The main reason why we had that was because of oil. So if you guys didn't know, OPEC had a meeting this morning as well as last night as well, and it pretty much soared. So all of the oil stocks is in green. So if you own any oil stocks, you're doing amazing. You're having a great Monday to start off. But besides that, though, the biggest thing that is so important is the fact that we are literally on track to lose the world reserve currency. Well, the reserve currency status. And you don't really see a lot of people talking about it. So what I really want to do is I really want to break down stagflation. That was my whole thing. I was in my Discord saying that as well. I'm also getting ready to go to the gym, but I'm waiting for my cousin. Anywho, so I was breaking that whole thing down. We're definitely getting ready to have stagflation, and I wanted to come on live today to talk about stagflation, but with all the shit that just happened, it's I can't ignore that. I could save stagflation for another time. So I really want to really tap in and let y'all know everything going on and what I foresee moving forward. Should I buy Bitcoin? All right, y'all asking already. All right, I don't think Bitcoin is a good investment. The reason why I don't think so is because the average investor doesn't have 26, or I believe Bitcoin is 27K. Let's say Bitcoin is 27K. I don't know the exact number right now, but the average investor doesn't have $27,000 to buy one Bitcoin. So unless you're doing dollar cost averaging for years, it doesn't make any sense. So let's just say you put $1,000 into Bitcoin right now, right? Let's say Bitcoin is currently 27,000. You put $1,000 into it. For your money to double, was that 27,000? Bitcoin has to go to 54K. So the likeliness of Bitcoin going to 54K before these other altcoins go to not all-time highs but break highs, it makes more sense to go that route. So again, I don't think that you should be buying Bitcoin. I think that you should look into other cryptos like XRP. That's actually my favorite crypto. You can look into that. You can look into Ethereum. Dogecoin surprisingly is making a new jump right now, but that's mainly because of Elon. He changed the logo of Twitter to Dogecoin, the Dogecoin logo. So that's really jumping right now as well. Yes, XRP is Ripple. Gold. Yes, gold is a huge investment, and I highly recommend you guys go and tap into those type of assets. Am I too close to her car? She'd be all right. But yeah, I highly think you guys should do that. So let me actually circle back around. I'll get back into gold and break that down and answer questions, but really tap into what's really going on. So Japan actually cut ties with America, and that's our ally, right? So they cut ties with us, and they're going to be doing trade with Russia and China. And that's really Russia. They're doing trade with Russia oil. That's wild. That's really wild for them to do that. So I don't know exactly what was said, but I'm very curious as to what was really said to make them say, yo, you know what? I'm going to cut ties with them and I'm going to go to Russian oil. A lot is going on because again, that's Japan is our homie. That's little bro right there. So for little bro to be I'm out and I'm going to jump ship, something's really going on. So And a lot of people aren't really talking about how important that is. That's very important. Besides that, we already know that China's getting ready to go to war. We're damn near on track to go to war with China as well as Russia. Not right now, but pretty much in the near future. I definitely see that happening. So that's something that you guys want to be worried about as well. We also have the fact that BRICS, BRICS is an acronym. So if you guys have been seeing BRICS a lot lately, it's an acronym. And all it means is Brazil, Brazil, Russia, BRI, India, BRIC. Brazil, India, Russia. Hold up. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South America. That's really what it means. So if you guys have been seeing BRICS a lot lately, it's an acronym for those countries. So that's the reason why it's so important, is because what they're doing now, they're creating their own reserve. So they're really, like, we're seeing the stages of the dominoes being put in for the dollar to lose a reserve currency. And I really don't want to get political with all this, but in reality, this shit is all Biden's fault. Like, legit though. Like, Biden is the president that we thought that Trump was going to be. Well, not we, because I didn't think so, but Biden's that president. So in reality, like, the shit that he's doing that's like fucking up, like the money laundering to Ukraine and everything, he's fucking us up. Like, he's dead fucking up the country. And what's making it worse is because, like, a lot of this easygoing when it comes to how he was able to access money, a lot of that is starting to decrease. But what makes it worse is that we're dealing with the Fed, we're dealing with the Fed, them raising rates, all these bank runs that's going on, right? They're gonna be printing more money. They're gonna make it a lot more difficult for us to actually access more money as well. That's also the reason why they're changing the the actual credit bureaus, the format of how you go about applying for debt. I'm not applying for debt, but applying for credit. So I believe they're going to have a huge shift in July. So that's the reason why we're doing it. All these dominoes come into play. But we're also fighting the world reserve currency. Like, we're losing that status. That's not a good thing. So if you guys are not aware, the dollar right now is the world reserve currency. Technically, because it's not technically announced that we're not, but like, and if you guys are in my Discord, you guys already know, like, my whole timeline was for 2025, especially with 2020 happening and how they printed so much money. I'm like, yeah, 2025 third quarter, that was my deadline for us to lose reserve currency status. Russia's upset because the way that they're going about it, they're dead mad. And for them to be this mad, and like, again, I don't even think that we're gonna have this reserve currency by, like, I don't think that before the year is over, I think that we're gonna lose the status. I really do. And I didn't want to change my outlook, but the way things was going, it's nasty. It's nasty out here. But let me go back to what I was saying to you guys. So as of right now, China, they replaced the euro as the second largest second currency in Brazil. That's huge. That's huge right now. Like, that happened. What else happened? I wish I had notes and wrote these things down. What else happened this past weekend? Oh, Saudi Arabia, they also they're doing a deal with China to build an oil inventory out there, and that's like not good either. So like, Saudi Arabia, that was also like one of our top partners when it comes to oil. So for them to no longer want to do business with US dollars and replacing it with the Chinese yuan, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. So literally, as you guys can see, everything going on. Like, again, they're mad. You know, Biden was releasing the oil reserve, that our premium reserves. He was releasing that. Like, I have no idea why he thought it was a good idea. So to me, it's like, it's either two things. It's either you guys are blatantly trying to ruin this country, or it's like y'all just are idiots. Like, it has to be one of the two. And I'm a very intelligent guy, but you guys are in the inside. Like, y'all gotta know, y'all get, like, somebody has to be in your ear and say to yourself, like, this shit is not good. And then for him to go back and say, like, like, we're going toward, like, electric EV and all that stuff. And that's also a huge reason why a lot of wars going on in Africa with Congo and everything, because, like, we're trying to get all this lithium. And in reality, there's not enough lithium in the world to supply what we really need for these EV vehicles. And I don't know why, for some reason, that's not, like, getting in people's heads, but we don't have enough. So it's like, we can go to war with them all we want. But at the end of the day, it's like, there's just not enough in the world. So it's like, gas cars not going anywhere. And then also, he doubled back and said that this plan is set for like I think the next 10 years. So like, fam, we just went from like a whole 3-year plan to like 10 years. Like, make up your mind. Hold on, I'm just going to start buying physical gold or something. Yes, I highly recommend you tap into physical gold as well as gold stocks. Highly recommend you guys do that. So back to what I was saying with China and everything. Like, again, like, Biden, they're fucking mad, man. I respect it though. I respect it. Hold on, who's that? Yo, bro, keep your request in. I'm gonna accept you in like 5 minutes. Let me just I want to just really tap in with all this thing, but keep that request in, bro. I'm gonna let you in there for a second. But yeah, so back to what I was saying with China and everything. Like, it's serious. Like, we're literally losing reserve currency. We're on track. I think it's going to happen before the year is over. But what do you guys need to do? Like, y'all got to get out of these bad debts, right? So Credit card debt right there is the APR is at 20%, which is crazy high. So highly recommend you guys jump out of that, right? You have to get into physical assets like gold and silver. Silver is skyrocketing right now as well if you guys have not been paying attention. So that's a good investment. Gold is already a hedge against the dollar. The dollar is decreasing in value. That's a good investment. Cryptocurrency is going to be beneficial as well. Again, as I said, I personally don't recommend buying Bitcoin because the average investor does not have $26,000 to purchase one coin. And again, I get it. Like you can purchase like, partial of coins, but however, like when you're really going to make an investment, over time, it makes more sense to go with altcoins rather than Bitcoin at this current price. Right now, unless you have like 40K to put into it, I get that. But then again, if you have 40K to buy one Bitcoin, why not just put 40K into these other altcoins? You have a higher return, right? Like let's say if XRP goes to $1, you purchase $40,000 worth of XRP at 50 cents. Obviously, you're gonna make a killing. Rather than you purchase it, you put it into Bitcoin. You have to wait until Bitcoin doubles that for you to get that same type of return. And like it is possible. However, like at this stage in the game, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Then again, I'm also not someone who thinks that Bitcoin is going to reach $1 million, like the average person is saying. I just don't see it. But let me accept this real quick. Oh, he's not there. What up, man? I'm on live right now.
Hey,
Yeah, watch
my
him say.
boy, what's going on, baby?
It's good, bro. How you feeling, man?
I'm chilling, bro. You know I'm tapped in with you, man. I had a question,
How
bro, because this shit was fake busting my head. I'm glad you came on here. I had a question. So, like, um, you know, uh, in today's news, it's a little tough to kind of like really follow the news for real. But we look at the charts, so that's really what really tells us what's going on for real. You know.
100%.
So I was wondering because it's like, all right, boom. Being that the yuan is gonna be backed by oil, right? Being that the yuan is gonna be backed by oil, the United States dollar isn't backed by gold. It's
Hold on.
generally backed by oil because
Wait, bro. You know what's fucking crazy about that shit, bro? Like the fact that they're actually doing that, that just shows how strong their influence is, bro. Like they're fucking going crazy right
they're
now, bro. Like
going nuts.
they're going crazy, bro. Like this shit has happened in the last few days. It's not on some like a few months went by. Like they going crazy, but I didn't want that out there. My fault. Continue your question. I got you.
My question is, right, so like boom, we know that like 60,000 yuan is like 7,000 US dollars, right?
For now.
Right? So does that mean that, granted, we already know um with the change in currency and what the dollars is being backed by, do you think that that's going to mean that oil is going to be cheaper for us? Because
That's a good question. That's a good question you're saying.
because
So that's
60,000 to 7,000 in that value, that's way too much of a crazy ass
100%.
dip. Our country would literally fall overnight if that's the case, which I don't think would happen realistically, you
I don't
know?
I don't think we're gonna fall overnight, but I've been saying this for a while. I definitely do think that we're living in the fall of this country, 100%. And the way that they're going, because again, at the end of the day, Russia, who is mad, bro? Who is mad? He's very upset, especially the fact that how Biden them is doing money laundering when it comes to Ukraine and pretty much helping them supply with everything going on. NATO is pushing more towards Russian borders, so all that shit is factored in, and it's like, yo, I would be upset too, like you fucking up my bread. But to answer your question in full, if we're going to go this route, I think that it's going to be a transition and a shift into us using Russian oil. Okay, so when us using Russian oil, we're pretty much going to have to. We're not going to want to, but we're going to pretty much have to. I don't think that oil is going to go crazy skyrocket, but I do think that oil is going to rise. Which one you want?
So you think it'll be cheaper for us to purchase or less expensive for us
So
to
I think
purchase?
I think it'll be more because now the dollar, as of right now, the dollar is obviously is the world reserve currency, but in time we're going to lose that status. When we lose that status, it's not going to be as meaningful to use a dollar as it would to be used on the yuan, which would be like the reserve currency that I think we're going to go with. Now, I I didn't think that we were gonna go with oil route. I thought that we would probably go back to gold, or we'll probably go with like a crypto currency of that aspect, which is that right there is something that's alarming to me. But I see the play. So the reason why I think the play is like that is because again, like Saudi Arabia and Russia, they're like this. So it's like it's pretty much like you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Like, what can I do to help you get more power and also use my currency? Well, oil is really what we have. Tap in with oil, all right, but you got to be backed by something. Well, let's back with your oil. Let's do that then. So it makes more sense for them to go that route. But nah, bro, like it's getting really scary out here, and I don't mean in a crazy way. I mean in a bad way. Like, it's really what a time to be in the markets, because bro, you already know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
the market's going crazy.
Yeah.
Market's
So
going crazy, bro.
what another question for you, right? If
Yeah,
they're going to go like the cryptocurrency route, right?
I think they will.
Is all of crypto, I know a lot of them aren't decentralized as of yet. Bitcoin is decentralized though, right?
So like,
To an extent. And for those watching, like decentralized meaning like they can track transactions for
because if you want to be technical, like you can actually track every transaction. If you want to
yeah,
be technical, it's not difficult to really figure out who owns what and like who has the access to which wallet. So, I mean, we technically say it's decentralized, but in reality, it's not. Especially when you have like everyone's on Coinbase or Binance or like Crypto.com. Like these things, like it's not as private as we think it is. But I
mm-hmm.
mean, then again, that whole conversation is something that people don't want to have. But there's a reason why you have to have a 1099 paper when you have like owning these coins. They
Right.
changed that because they see what's going on. Like people, and in reality, it's not even people. How I really feel is that like once black people started making a lot of money with crypto, especially when it comes to 2020, that's when the whole thing changed. It's like y'all getting too much paper. What's going on? Let me start regulating things. Let me start doing this and doing that and so forth. So again, even right now too, like you can't do your taxes without saying that you own crypto. And if you
Yeah.
put that you own it, you obviously, you could potentially go to jail. So that whole thing changed everything. But I think that is because of, we started to make crazy bread with all this going on. Hold on, we got a
Yeah.
question. Do you think the U.S. probably devaluating the dollar to push? Yes, I do think that the U.S. is devaluating the dollar to push the digital dollar. I think that started happening back in 2020. I mean, again, we print all this money, but the reason why I think that they're doing that besides just the print is because people are going more towards cryptocurrency, right? So it's like if they're going towards cryptocurrency and if the U.S. wants to maintain power, I got to follow suit. I got to go towards crypto as well. But I think that's going to backfire because, again, like we've been shitting on these countries, especially the way we responded in 2020. We printed all this money and it wasn't beneficial. Like every other country doing the same thing, which for some reason was not smart. I don't know why they thought to follow what we was doing. But it was like they fucked up their currency, but now it's like it made trading a lot more easier or difficult because our currency is pretty much trash now. So it's like it's too much demand. I mean, too much supply is going on for us to sustain everything. And like literally, like what we did in 2020, we're paying the price now. We're not even done yet. We're just in a whole start an aspect of it though. But
Mm.
it's getting scary when it comes to like people don't. But what's getting scary is that people don't even see it, bro. People don't see it. Like I'm over here just watching people, like how they move and everything. I'm like, yo, this is not the time to play offense. This is not the time to play defense. Because like once we lose the reserve currency, bro, it's gonna be wild, bro.
It's
It's gonna be
up.
wild.
It's gonna cost
You
$50, $100 for a big egg and
say
cheese.
you already see what's going on with like if you start going out, a lot of people they're not even accepting cash no more. Like it's like
Yeah.
pay me digital. There's a reason
Yeah.
why all is being put into play. All right, it's not
Yeah.
like this didn't come out of nowhere. That's the reason why. So like,
Question:
yo,
Why you
we lose that.
think? Why you think like our indices, like our indexes, like Dow Jones, Nas, are skyrocketing right now?
All right, so that the huge reason why today is because of oil. Like oil was up, I believe, 6% today. So like if you break down the actual Dow, like the major pushes for the Dow today was like Exxon, like all oil back stocks was really helping it to push out.
Mm.
So even then we had like
But
we
it's
had
been
negative.
pushing for like the past week and a half, 2 weeks
Oh,
almost.
100%. So before that, it was based off the banking crisis. So we're quote unquote avoiding the banking crisis, which we're really not. That we're printing more money to bail them out. But again, like as we're printing more money, it's like is kind of saving them when it comes to let me say it differently because I want everybody to really tap in with what I'm saying. So with this whole banking issue, we have a banking crisis. It's not going nowhere. What we're doing, we're printing more money to help these banks and give the average depositor, you can put your money back with these small banks. It's still safe. Like you don't have to always go with the big banks. But in reality, that's not good because if we're printing more money, what that means is that it's going to cause inflation for the future. So that's the first thing. And then secondly, the reason why the markets are really dumping is because again they're just printing more money. So it's like with that being said, it's like technical shows us that the market's trying to go up, but the fundamental aspect of it is literally like we're printing all this money. We're seeing that we're quote unquote avoiding these bank failures, and us by avoiding these bank failures, that looks good, right? Because if we avoid a failure with the bank sector, that's good for stocks and everything because it shows us that they're going to maintain strength and then we have quote unquote nothing to worry about. And then also like GDP came out on Friday. It came out better than expected, showing us that like yes, we are anticipating that we are going to have a decline. However, the reading showing us that things is better. So like all those things are factored into it. And that's the reason why I feel like the market is really pushing up.
Ask a question. They said this will affect crypto such as Shiba, who hasn't really seen growth since Bitcoin had seen the growth that Bitcoin has seen. It's really more so like I feel have the utility behind it. Like obviously being like the majority rule of like crypto, like when you think of crypto, first thing that comes to mind would be Bitcoin. But like other things have like utilities behind them. Like for example, like Stellar Lumen. Stellar Lumen is its own blockchain. It's the cryptocurrency for its own blockchain. So as you would see the growth of cryptocurrency happening, you just gotta find the utility, like what certain things are being used for. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Ethereum, I would say like like Ethereum, XRP, things like that. Those would be used as actual currency. Like you would use Ethereum, XRP, like how we use the dollar, the $20, $100 bill. You know what I'm saying? Versus like you would use things like Litecoin for for electricity and things like that. Like each of these coins, they have their own utilities and things like that, or where they would be more potent to be used. So when it comes to like altcoins, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure altcoins will be used. You know what I'm saying?
No, you kind of going in and out a little bit, but right there.
No, I mean like that's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like accurate. Like when I say like delis, that's just an inaccurate example that I would use. But like that's what I believe like the function of altcoins would be. They would be like used for like small day-to-day trades. You know what I'm saying? Like for between like services of merchants and things like that.
I agree 100%. I agree. A lot of people don't see it that way, and I'm glad you broke that down because again, when people think about crypto, the main thing they think about is Bitcoin. They don't think about like other things and which other actually have usage. Like in reality, is like Bitcoin like a peer-to-peer transaction, but there's no true usage besides what people think that like holding with Bitcoin is going to skyrocket and everything. But again, I personally don't think that Bitcoin is going to reach the numbers that people are going to think they do. And the main reason why is because I think that a lot of things are going to overvalue it when it comes to it. So like we both like Ethereum has more usage than Bitcoin, right? When it comes to what I'm using it for. And if you want to be real, like damn near everything is backed by Ethereum's blockchain anyway. So it's like why would you not go something that's backed by the blockchain? It just makes sense. Like Ethereum's holding everything up. So it's funny though, but yeah, bro, like it's a lot going on, and even the markets as well. Like we got CPI coming out. Obviously, we got NFP on Friday. And what I was saying, like even in my Discord, I was telling everybody like I'm really trying to pinpoint exactly what's gonna happen. I feel that in order for me to really go that route, I gotta wait until NFP comes out, right? Well, really ADP as well. So we got JOLTS tomorrow, then ADP, and then we have NFP. Once we have an idea of all these things and like if the Fed obviously going to be more aggressive or not, I think that would be a decision where I could really look out and say, okay, if the Fed's going to do this, more likely to have to respond because this and so forth. But, bro, like, and I'm saying this again, this shit with China, bro, and Russia, they're mad. Like, yo, Putin is dead mad, bro. Like, because the way that this is moving, bro, like, this is a week, bro. Like, yo, y'all going crazy. Y'all going crazy, bro. Like, he is mad, bro. I respect it. I respect it though.
Nah, for real. Yo, H,
But
my nigga, I
go
appreciate
to
you, son. Let me come on here and shit, bro.
anytime, bro. I gotta hop off anyway. Pause, because I'm at the gym right now. I'm in the parking lot, so let me just
What
tap
you
in.
working on today?
What are you working on today? Shoulders, chest. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You be in the gym. You be in
I'm
the
telling
gym,
you,
bro.
son. Yo, you want to do
Gym.
shoulders, my nigga? Hit the squat rack, but instead of squatting, just straight up. Put a 25 plate up, straight up, bro. It's called military press. That's how you get these right here looking like boulders. You want these looking like boulders? Military press. Promise you.
I know. I know exactly what you're talking about, though. I know what you're talking about, that machine. I saw you doing it. You had posted one of your reels.
Yeah, you know that. But all right, my boy. Again,
Nah,
appreciate you,
do your thing.
son. Love. Enjoy your workout.
You as well, man.
All right, yo.
All right. All right. Real quick, any other questions before I go inside? I appreciate everyone who tapped in as well. And really, I just wanted to show y'all. Hold on, the housing market is suffering too. APR is crazy. I was told that my monthly payment would be 25, minimum on 30K, a house at 7%. Yes, and that's one thing as well. Like a lot of people are saying that you want to take advantage of the rates, and that right now is the best time to jump into buy a house and everything. And I don't agree. I think the best time to jump into a house is when you can afford it. So when I say you can afford it, I don't mean as if like you can like I can barely afford it. I mean like when you actually can afford it. Because there's more things that come to just a mortgage, right? You have to have like you literally own the house. So you're responsible for all the things that happens to it. You're responsible for the taxes. And all that stuff is not spoken upon. I think the reason why is because everybody's looking for a quick dollar. And it's like at the end of the day, just because rates is good doesn't mean that your rates is good as well. Like you have to take advantage. And I just like investing. Like just because a certain stock is low, it doesn't mean that that's the investment that's right for you. So I think that like you have to do your own due diligence and do your own financial background or financial, yeah, I guess I could say background to see what makes the most sense. Because again, if you cannot afford a car, don't buy a car. If you cannot afford your mortgage or don't get a house. It's like it's more that comes with that. And also the way things is going, if you're in massive debt right now, you should not be purchasing a home. It doesn't make sense to go that route, especially the fact that when inflation continues to rise, like the Fed balance sheet, it raised by 300 billion. I believe it wasn't last week, the week before that. So they pretty much wiped out the last 4 months of gains. I gotta start writing these shits down, man. For real, I'll be going up top of my head. I'll be forgetting some stuff. Like I should have like a pad I wrote down just for that. But hold on. So you need good credit and be making about 90K. I didn't think about having it there though. I didn't think about that. You saw that whole episode?
No.
I didn't watch the whole thing. Yeah, it was fine. Like I was watching a lot of clips of it. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all tapping in. We're gonna go work out, and this is gonna be recorded. I'm gonna make sure it's posted as well. But I'm gonna tap into y'all tomorrow. And tomorrow, stay tuned because I'm gonna tap into stagflation. No one's talking about stagflation. I think that we're gonna have stagflation. I'm gonna break everything down for you guys tomorrow. All right, peace out.